Kennedy, the Gulf Coast Baller, the Panhandle Pro from Pensacola, Florida, and we are right back at you with another episode of the Smoke Screen. You know the crew right here. We got B over there. We got Tip, the bartender. Don't forget to tip the bartender. Under me, we got Carl, and right there we got Rose. How art thou?
Well, and you?
Hey,
yes, we're good. We're good. And it has to be, since we have a special movie today, we have to keep it holy. I'll keep it holy.
Oh, man. Okay.
And before we get into the sermon, we're going to find out the strain of the day brought to you by Bouquet. Black on hemp rolling papers. Who got it? What we smoking on?
So I am smoking on a little bit of Cheese Whiz. And it is at 19%. It's a hybrid, and I like it. I think this is my first time trying it. So far so good. I'm forward. I'm fucked with it.
Yeah, cheese is a good strand and a good cross. And what I didn't even get my refill. What we drinking at the bar?
Oh man, I'm sorry you can't get none of this, because this is amazing. I love it. You do it every time. I love it. Do it every time.
That sounded so sincere, Tiffany.
Okay.
In this cup. No, I love it every time. I support it every time. In this cup, I have pomegranate vodka. I have pineapple rum. I have Taylor Port. Yes, Taylor Port. I got pineapple juice and a little grenadine. It sounds like a lot because it is a lot, but it's delicious. And you're welcome.
Yeah, when you mix Taylor Port with liquor, it's obvious you don't care.
No, I think it's appropriate that we got some communion wine on this Sunday.
Hallelujah.
That's it.
Very appropriate drink.
Hallelujah.
And on that note, BB, we are going to honk for Jesus. If it is anybody that you should honk for,
the Lord.
Amen.
Jesus.
Definitely
is
Jesus.
The person
Come on.
that you should honk for. I believe this was my pick by default of everybody. Fresh off the press. People are talking about it.
Yeah.
I needed to see what was going on because it's some people that be on the corner by my crib and I honk at them every time I see them, man. So I just wanted to see what was going on. Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul, starring Sterling K. Brown, Regina Hall. Man, I love Regina Hall, man.
Me too.
Awesome.
Nicole, is it Bahari? I probably said that wrong. I'm sorry. Confidence, Austin Coop, and a host.
Nicole Bahari.
That's a Bahari, Nicole Bahari. Okay. And is his name is Confidence. Did his mama name him that?
Oh no, okay, that's cool. Right. That sounds like a black name.
Man. I love Regina Hall so much, man. She tried to become a nun. They wouldn't let her become a nun. Because she was too old.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know there was an age restriction.
I think it's 4, like right when she was like 40. Yeah, it's like a part of her story, her bio. She was trying to become a nun, and they was like, "Nah, we." I think they had saw that the video had leaked when she used to strip at bachelor party. I think Morris Chestnut and Tay Diggs then was there. That was a whole nother movie.
You know what? You sure that one else
You ain't shit for
real. So they wouldn't let her in. But anyway, so we checked out Honk for Jesus, Save Your Soul. They got it listed as a comedy, satire, and that it was. What did we like about this movie?
Yes.
Regina Hall. Like,
Yeah.
I just love
Yes.
her. She was just so awesome. I just she acted so well. The nuance in her face, the way she expressed her inner turmoil, it was just beautiful to me. I really enjoyed her in this movie.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
Yes, for sure. I would have to agree. Regina Hall really was the heart, and it was the heartbeat of this movie. She was the one that you were just
Yeah.
kind of fighting for because it
Mhm.
was an interesting story, but you just felt kind of bad for her, within the story.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I also thought Sterling K. Brown did a wonderful job portraying the mega church pastor. You know what I mean? He did a
True.
Mm-hmm.
fantastic job. The 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 swag you gotta have, you know what I mean? Like he did fantastic as well. Regina Hall is always amazing in the things that she does. She's hilarious. Um
Mhm.
and she didn't even have many lines, you know. It was a lot of, like you said, her facial expression. She just had to make you understand, and she did. It was with ease. Yeah, she did great.
Yeah.
I
So
saw her interview on the Breakfast Club, and they said like, you know, because the ending was what it was, and that's what let me know like it was gonna end a little whatever ish, and they were saying it could go to a TV show, like it looks like it could continue. And she
Uh-huh.
was saying, you know, she may be open to that, but it definitely left it a little open ended. What you was gonna
Definitely.
say, Rose?
I don't follow the trend. I love Regina Hall. Anyway, but I definitely loved her in this movie. I love Nicole Bahari since she was in Sleepy Hollow. Lieutenant from Sleepy Hollow, and pretty does. I low key have a girl crush on Nicole Bahari. I just adore her. I think she played her part very well. I loved my favorite part in this whole movie was when they was driving home in the car. Okay,
But
Gina was in that shit, man. That's my favorite part too. Yeah, we ducking and bucking and ready. I was like, give it to him, Regina. Give it to him, just like that. I was forward. That was my favorite part of the whole movie.
And see,
I love that scene
Yes.
because it really showed just how in sync
So,
they were. Like, they were perfect for each other and
yeah,
imperfect for each other at the same
mhm.
time.
Yes.
they
and
At
actually
the same
didn't
time.
even they never heard that song before the
right,
movie. They said
Huh.
that in an
Wow.
interview.
they
Neither
never
one
heard.
of
They had
them.
to learn it. Had to
Yeah,
learn the
they had
Wow.
song.
to learn it.
Wow.
They did
And
that.
They
right quick,
did.
That's crazy.
Nicole Bahar, she a Florida girl. She from West Palm Beach. Shout out to her. Went to
Right.
Juilliard.
Ooh,
She went to
Okay.
Juilliard.
yay.
Yeah, she went to
Awesome.
Juilliard. She
That's
from
what's
West
Oh,
Palm
wow.
Beach. But yeah, they said they
Yeah.
had never heard the song before, man, and
Wow.
that was very interesting. So they actually had to learn the
up.
song. So they did a good job of
Yeah, they
selling
did.
that.
Yes,
Cause
they
they look like
did.
birthday jam for real. You
Yeah,
know
they
what I mean?
did.
Yes. Yes. Yes,
Yeah,
indeed.
at
They
first I
sold
thought
me.
that I thought that he was gonna sing the song, he was gonna rap the song, and she was just gonna sit over there being irritated by him. And then when she jumped in
Hmm.
there, I was like, oh shit, I
I
wasn't
was
ready.
like,
I was
come
not
on.
ready.
Like, I was waiting for her. Like, that's my favorite part of the song. So I was like, come on, Regina. Let's go. Like, I was ready. And she did not let me down. I was excited. I was like, do it.
So is that what didn't we like about this movie?
So I think I didn't like how close to home it is when it talks about the mega churches. Like,
Mhm.
or rather, I didn't like the fact that there is that subject to talk about, that there is um people who lead these mega churches without the best intentions for their congregation. Like the pastor loved Prada. Like they had a whole closet of couture clothes. They had several like $100,000 cars. But that's not your focus. Getting this money is not your focus. You're supposed to be leading this flock, taking care of this congregation. That drives me crazy.
Let's do this. How do y'all feel about mega churches? And I don't have nothing against them if everything is done right, but I can't rock with them. Like I need to be able to I can call or text my pastor right now, and he texts and or calls me. Like I need to know what's going on, but we all got assigned deacons and deaconesses. We can hit each other. It's one big family. I went to a you could call it mega type church here one time. It'd be on TV. I call them TV churches, and I was just straight. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How y'all feel about them?
I think that they literally do lose contact with their congregation. It's too many people for them to be able to have a really good connection with every single member of their congregation, and they lose that ability to lead them because they don't know them. They don't know them on a personal level. They don't know their struggles. They don't know what they're going through.
Right.
They just don't know them.
I would have to agree with that because when you have that many members in your congregation, you're no longer, Billy Bob or Christina. You're just a dot in the flock. You know what I mean? You don't feel like you have a personal connection to the person that's leading you. So it's kind of, I'm on the fence about it because there's some pros and some cons. I mean, don't make me tell you the pros right now because there's a lot of cons in my head, but
I mean, imagine being a member of a church for 12 years and you ain't never met your pastor, or talked to. I mean, so I think the biggest pro would be just if it's right, meaning if this pastor is right and righteous, and that's right. That's a big pro because you're going for the word, and we know it's a list of cons.
I mean, I don't. I can't say because I've ever been to a mega church, so I can't speak for them. But I feel business.
Yeah.
Say it one more time to call.
If everybody, I said I'm on the outside looking in, but it's more a business to me than it is church, a congregation. You know what I mean? Yeah, you go there, but a lot of times I feel like people go to these mega churches for a title. I'm a member of this church, and then sometimes I don't know. I'm speaking very, very generally. I don't personally know anybody that goes to a mega church, and I'm not trying to knock the way anybody lives their life. It's not for me. And even that can be the same said in a small church.
I was just about to say,
take advantage of people just the same.
Yeah.
I feel like, again, I'm not trying to offend anybody. Church in general has gotten away from what it used to be.
Yeah, definitely. I feel
about them being dressed a certain way. I seen a video today, and the pastor was in the pulpit screaming and hollering about gay people shouldn't come here, and he's waving flowers around and using the F word. How you a man of God? You're supposed to be bringing people to God. You know what I mean? How can you turn them away? How you can tell them not to come? You don't know what you could say to them. If you feel like they need to be turned or changed or whatever, you might could lead them to something. They might feel something there that makes them change their way, but you tell them don't come at all. Stay away. So
and see, and that's one of my biggest things. Like, man, if I ever move, I gotta find another church. And like, I don't even know if I could do it. I've been blessed to come from my church in Pensacola here to find another church, but that was even, man, I went to a church for 8 years and I love the pastor, Bible study and everything, but I never joined. Something just never told me to get up and join. And one of the pastors there that I used to, when he used to preach, I used to be like, man, I messed with him. He was younger. I'd go dap him up, boom. Then I noticed he wasn't there no more. And I'd like Googled him. And I was like, yo, you not? He was like, hey, I started my own church. This where we at. And it happened to be the first Sunday of the new church in the new building. And I went that Sunday and joined the next. And I've been there ever since.
Right.
So that just showed you like, you know,
Look
like
at
how
y'all.
stuff work. And like I say, the other church was, I loved it. I just never joined, you know, but this was different. So yeah, like, man, church hurt, church, small church, because like I love TD Jakes, and that's as big as a church get, but like TD Jakes, I love TD Jakes. So like I could rock with that, like I could rock with him on YouTube, but like I say, man, if I can't hit you up, man, I don't know.
Yeah.
You also have to take into consideration how people want their religion served to them. Like, it's like your music selection. You know, you might prefer this type of music, you might prefer that type of music. Well, with with the church element, some people might not want that
Direct
pastor, that they might not want to be on the board and be singing in the choir. They just want to show up, get their message, get out the door. I see for those, for that aspect where a mega church can come in, handy. A lot of times mega churches are like fashion, and the first lady gonna be dead. They're gonna be cute. So, I'm going to church this Sunday. Not only am I finna get a word, but I'm gonna be cute. I'm gonna get compliments. I more for the pomp and fuss and circumstance than the actual message, the actual word, what you're supposed to be receiving. So you get out of it what you choose to get out of it. And if they for that rock star version of religion, that was going to have 25,000 congregants and all that stuff, because they like that rock style aspect of it. But for people who like a more intimate setting, they want a close relationship with their pastor, they want to be able to text and receive a call, probably gonna hit up a smaller church and rock that way. It just it feeds to who it feeds to. It draws who it draws, I feel.
Yeah. Different strokes for different folks.
Could y'all be a first lady? Would y'all date or marry a pastor?
That life is not for me.
Hold up.
I
Y'all
don't
don't
think
want to
that
hump for Jesus?
Wait,
listen,
No.
that's not my ministry.
It depends on the church. I think
That's not my
I could be
ministry.
a first lady. It just depends on the church and what they believe and how
She
they.
said, that's not my ministry.
That's not my ministry.
Yeah.
I could be a first
What I want to know is, why did he strip in front of his 5 congregants?
Oh man,
I
we
just
was
want
going
to
to
know
that.
why he.
My boy was.
Why he had to take
my boy
off.
was
And
oiled
then
up.
I have a follow-up
What
question.
you
Why
doing?
she tried to drown him when she baptized him? Like,
I was like,
I was real afraid for him. I was like, he can't breathe. He can't breathe. He can't breathe.
I had
Let him out that
flashbacks
water.
of Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Right?
he wasn't struggling. He could try to get up. He's
He was all right.
So to
Imagine
answer your question,
she was sitting there
Okay.
praying and
Yes.
looked up, and he was just bare nipples
Listen.
in front of the congregation.
In front of the congregation.
His
didn't care.
physique.
Was on point.
Yeah.
Sterling be in that gym. He
That's
stays in
yeah,
there.
he gets it in.
Yeah, he was on.
Mm-hmm.
He work on that fitness. You best believe
Okay.
it.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Haha.
yeah.
Yes.
All the
Honk for
all
Jesus.
the isolation.
Okay.
All
That's
the
it. Look,
BB.
he look
Now,
like a black.
if he had a good idea, instead of making her put on mime and face,
That
if he had
mime
took that shirt off and stood out there on that corner, he would have got some honks for sure.
Baby.
Him and
He would have definitely got some
Jesus.
honks. He would have definitely got some honks.
Yeah. So went the wrong way. That's all.
Yeah.
And then why the heck did she put that mime in? Why did she do that? Why was she out there on that?
I was so mad about that part. I was so mad about that part.
That's that holiness. She supposed to. What he's
man,
saying.
she was really
he made a
holding
fool
him
out
down.
of her at every turn.
He was.
He made a fool. Yes, and he made a fool out of her at every turn. Every time she holding him down, he was making a fool out of her.
Yes.
I have the utmost respect for her character. Like, she was holding him down. I know everybody has the line where they see somebody cross from holding down into stupidity, but I had the utmost respect for her character, man, because she was just really holding him down.
Absolutely, I agree.
Honestly, if we say
it wasn't even that she was blind. She knew exactly who she had in a husband.
Yes.
She knew exactly what she was in for. She was like, listen, we already got rid of one issue. We done already paid out a lot of money to get rid of one of your issues. Stop trying to make new ones. Keep it in your pants. Like, she knew exactly what she was in for. She was not blind. She was doing what she thought was best for her family, trying to uphold that image. Because that's what she was taught from her mom, to be honest with you.
Exactly. It was definitely taught to her. And
my thing,
ask her, how when did you finally stop praying for daddy? Or kneeling for this? She till he went in the ground is what she said.
Yep.
Yep. I just didn't like, if you gonna do all that, bro, you got to you have to please your wife, man. I'm sitting there watching them in the bed, and then he couldn't get right.
You're not even.
Then he couldn't get right. He rolled over and tried to get himself right. And I'm like, bro, that's what your wife for. Then he asked her to do that thing, which was get him right, but that was getting him off. And next thing you know, he was snoring. I was no, bro. You can't. You can't do that, man.
Right into the cuddle.
Man, like,
you can't do that.
What is she getting? Like, out of all of this, what is it that she's benefiting?
She about to get some Deacon D if he don't.
No, she's not.
She holding you down. What is she getting out of the equation?
They don't.
Yeah.
But
there are grandmothers and great grandmothers that were taught that way and lived that way. I
was oblivious to, he don't like her, or
shit. That moment sealed it for me. They had said too many times when they mentioned the lawsuits, those persons, and it was too much of that. Usually, if it's a lawsuit involving a man and a woman, they will say something about that woman, about how she's this and she knew what she was getting into. Yeah. And even with the radio interviews, there were like news interviews or something, and people were calling in and giving their opinions. They was like them jokers and stuff like that, or something. It was it all
genderless description.
Yes. And anytime it's genderless, anytime they don't specify a gender, typically it's a man.
It's the same gender.
Typically it's the same.
And see, and me, all right, so me personally, I have been stopped caring about what other people do with their crouch. So like that matters to me 0%, right? So I was oblivious, like I'm just watching, and then I'm not even thinking like, he don't like girls. Like that's what it is. Like it went to the end, I was like, because even then she was like, can we just do it regular this time? And I was like,
and also when they was at the basketball court and they was out there playing the basketball, and why you got out your fucking shirt? Let me start by saying that. Why you out your shirt?
He love getting out his shirt. That's his favorite thing. Let me just take this shirt off.
He's gonna take that shirt off, boy.
Space like that.
He had to
Because
show.
he know he got it.
Like
So I'm letting you see it because I got
trying to get what he was trying to get.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's all.
He was shooting his shot.
Yes, but you saw his face when he saw his wife. He was like, "Oh shit, here she go."
Yeah,
my bad. That man got his stuff and he left.
Yeah,
I was shocked.
She didn't even have to say
nothing.
nothing.
Right, and he didn't want to be there anyway. He was trying to say, "Listen, I got a boyfriend. I'm not into you at all." Like he was giving "leave me alone" vibes.
He brought up his boyfriend, everything. He did all the right things except leave.
Yeah,
and the wife gave him a reason to leave.
She married a man that she knew liked boys, and she just held him down, man. Because when Buddy, huh?
Why do you think she knew?
What?
In the beginning.
In the beginning.
I don't know if she knew from the beginning.
I don't think she knew.
Like we're talking about, like from hey, how you doing? My name is probably not from then, but man, okay.
We don't know.
She even if she didn't know marriage day, she's known and she chose to stay. Which hey, I'm, you know, because I hate divorce, so I'm out of it. That they business. But she has known and has pretty much been holding him down, and all she is saying is, hey, all right, we got past it. Stop.
Quit it,
please.
That's it. That wasn't her deal breaker.
Buddy that pulled up on them. Man, I thought Buddy was finna shoot her, and then I thought Buddy was gonna shoot him.
Yes, that was Khalil.
Yeah.
Khalil.
Yeah. The one that wouldn't cooperate and take the settlement.
Right.
Yeah. See, I respect that, man. People with accusations, criminal charges, no checks. Like anybody that want to check, I ain't with that, man. Austin Croup played Khalil. Oh, he from Norcross, Georgia. Okay.
Yeah, he was the first guy. I think he was the first one that he started to date or see or have interactions with, and he felt special. He felt like he was someone special. And then all of a sudden, he looking around and he see other men that the past has bought a Camaro or this or that or what have you. So,
right,
yeah, he was, yeah. So for him, it was personal. It wasn't a money thing. It was he had his feelings was involved.
Exactly. And that to me, I understood wholeheartedly. It's like a slap in my face. You trying to buy my silence. You trying to say I can't talk about this and settle when my feelings hurt. Like this wasn't about cars and stuff for me. I actually cared about you.
Right.
So that you trying to buy me off now I'm pissed off. I'm past hurt. I'm pissed off now. Right. So I get it. I got the whole thing. I was like, yep. When he pulled up, I was like, wait a minute. Now leave Regina. Leave her out of this. Because it ain't her fault. Now who you mad at? Don't go over there messing with her. What's gonna happen today?
Well. Honk for Jesus. Save your soul. This was a very, very, very entertaining movie, man. It was very, very funny. Like we say, a satirical, but definitely had some undertones, underlying messages, and it's a story that ain't old or new. And unfortunately, it's still going on today and probably gonna happen again. What are we giving Honk for Jesus and the semi-naked pastor?
So I enjoyed this. I definitely recommend giving it a watch. It gave me some laughs. And my mouth was hanging open a lot. Out of shock, I should say. I will give this a 4.25.
Oh,
I enjoyed this. Yeah, this
thought you was trying to join the church.
You might do that thing he like. You don't know.
I can't do that thing he like. He ain't gonna do any of the things I like. So no. That's all.
That part of it.
That's it.
That's the part.
Okay. So I'm gonna give it I would say I'll give it a 3.5. It was funny. It was an interesting watch. I think that some of the characters emulate some people I know. So it was a good watch. Yes. 3.5 for me.
Mhm.
I also gave it a 3.5. No, yeah. I enjoyed this movie. I got a bit of church hurt, so it kind of, it's got its funny parts, but the shit was like, it kind of had me in my feelings a little bit. So I gave it a 3.5. It is a good watch. They did an excellent job, honey. Check it out. It's in the theaters, but it is also on Peacock. So please support them. It's good.
So me, I'm gonna tell you, I was thoroughly entertained from the rooter to the tutor of this movie. Like, I love Regina Hall, I love Nicole Bahari, I love the Nuck If You Buck scene. And there were a lot of good lines that Regina Hall had in this as well. When they were sitting in the chapel and he was kind of rehearsing his sermon for the Sunday, he was like, that's from my soul. She was, questioning him. She was like, it has to be believable. It has to be real.
This
And he
ain't
was
it.
like, that was real. That was real. And
That's
she was
flavor.
like, well, then it's going to need to be more convincing. And I felt that. I was like, she right. Because I didn't believe it. Like, but I understood where he was coming from too. I was like, that's real for him.
That's all
But
he had.
coming, yes, that's all he know. But coming from outside looking in, having lived through all of this with you, having dealt with Khalil outside, just not seeing what he going through, it ain't enough. It wasn't enough. And she had so many like good lines, like at the end, the very end. And I'm gonna get my score because I know that's what we're doing right now. I'm sorry. At the end, she was like, let some things you say stay between you and God.
Yeah.
I felt it.
About that
I
hat.
felt it.
Yeah.
But her hat, you gonna let her wear her hat today?
No,
You
you
gonna
gonna let
let
her wear
her
this
after
hat.
all that shit?
Yeah.
You gonna let her wear her hat? And for that, all of that, I gave it a 5. I love this movie. I would watch this movie again. I was ready to watch it again after it went off. I love this movie. This is a good movie to me. Yes.
Okay. And there it is. Honk for Jesus Savior. So Sterling K. Brown, Regina Hall, Nicole Bahari, Confidence Austin crew comes away with 4 blunts from the smoke screen crew. If you have not seen this movie, please go see it. It's in theaters, it's on Peacock. Go check this movie out. This is a very good watch, very entertaining. And that will do it for this episode of the Smoke Screen. And we will catch y'all next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.